When buying items in either line, always enter code Aceface in the Support a Creator tab. This will make so 5% of the purchase will support me at no extra cost to you, so I appreciate it a lot. Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Finally, an event. I've been really looking forward to these events in EVE Online. The Crimson Harvest is back. This is probably my favourite event that we have, the seasonal event that we have. I like it a lot. As you can see here, skill points. They've been giving me some skill points here. That's really nice because we've got some reward system here. You can see you can claim rewards every single day and you get more and more spicy rewards for each day. To see what you get in the end is a lot. Look at that, 125,000 skill points. This one's also pretty nice. You see this one, Anointed Dead Pattern Limited. This one here, because it gives you some dank skin R capabilities. Is it anointed? There we go here. Limited. Wait, this is limited. Okay. Unlimited is even better. This is limited. I'm not sure what this limited does, but unlimited is the good one. Look here. A license for the unlimited use of a pattern in skin sequencing once activated and inside your skin R collection. So this means that it makes so that certain patterns like paints, etc., they will be able to be used in an unlimited amount. Pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. And let's see what the limited one does. A license for a single-use pattern once activated. Okay. So it seems to... I'm not sure then what this is. A license for the single use of a pattern skin. Okay, I'm not 100% sure what this thing does here. Use of single use. Doesn't make any sense if you already have it. Maybe it can become anything. I'll have to see if I get one of these here, what we can do. But it'll be quite a bit of time until we get that. Oh, do you see that? 250,000 skill points. See, there's lots of these boosters here. I think these can be quite expensive, these boosters we see at the end. Let's see, 65 million. Is it possible to... Market details, yeah, look at that. Pretty expensive boosters. But I can imagine the price will go down a lot when we get towards the end of these boosters, because everyone is going to be getting them. But when it comes to the Crimson Harvest, there is this thing when it comes to taking sides, and I have in previous Crimson Harvest choose the wrong side, and I have yet again chosen the wrong side. I thought I was going to choose the right side, but I have not. I like the Blood Raider skins. In my opinion, the Blood Raider skins are the better looking ones. I don't like the Tetramon ones. But when you go and do the Crimson Harvest, you'll get in the agency a choice to fight for the Tetramon or fight for the Blood Raiders. This is what the Tetramon skins look like. This, in my opinion, I'm not a big fan of these ones, but that is something you get at least. Brutal splatter skin. Interesting. We can get some blood splatters on your skin R sequencing. But here's a Paladin I've been using. It is very efficient and very good at doing these sites. Got the nice cannon skin as well. This is then a Paladin that I've been using for Triglavian hunting, but I've modified it slightly. So it's still got the same rigs as my Sniper Triglavian hunting Paladin, but I've just modified the modules so that it's able to do these. We'll go and look for the sites. I'm fighting for anyone. I don't care, Tetramon or not. But the loot you can get from these sites are pretty good. You can get a pretty decent loot. Sometimes 30 million ISK from one site, and they don't take a long time to do. So this is quite profitable, especially for high sec. So let's see here. Go. Let me just extend my overview slightly. I don't know why it's so much bigger. I need to make the overview clean there. But I don't know if someone has been, my wife has been here clicking around on my computer, wants to ruin it for me. Okay, combat anomalies is a good way to find the sites quickly, and you just look where's one jump away, and there doesn't seem like there's anything here, so I'll just go for a random system that has a lot of anomalies. In this site, it can be beneficial to have an MWD or something that allows you to move around very quickly. But I don't have that on the Paladin because I had a bit of a trouble getting a good capacitor recharge rate with an MWD on and a good tracking at the same time. Because if you look at the Paladin's fitting here, they've got 4 mid slots. So these mid slots are quite useful because I need them for capacitor. We've got the camp batteries for the capacitor, but then I also need the mid slots very much so that I can track stuff, because we're in a battleship. So that means that like mid slots have to be used for some degree of tracking modules, which is this web and a grappler, very useful here, so that we can just track properly. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult. I would have liked to have the faction Grappler. But they're very expensive. Domination, 290 million is Shadows of Pentis. That is a possibility, but I don't think it's as good as the Domination though. The Paladin fit I'm using here, I tried using it with just a Grappler, but it was very difficult. I needed much more tracking, so that's why I added this Federation Navy Webifier here, so that makes the tracking quite a bit better. I would have still wanted to have more tracking in this site because we have a lot of frigates and cruisers, but especially against the frigates. The cruisers is fine, but against the frigates, I would have still wanted to have a little bit more tracking, but it's hard with my current fit. I've already got locus coordinator. That doesn't really affect the tracking much, just improves our range. But we've got the tracking enhancer and the web and the grappler. That's a decent amount of tracking. Alright, let's look here for the sites. Probe scanner. Tetramon base, perfect. Let's go here. And this will also buff our rewards we get, because when you're choosing a side, then you have these rewards that you can claim, or challenges you can claim, and you have to always manually click on them when you've done them, so they're not automatically claimed. So if you forget to claim them once you've done them, then you won't get anything actually at all. So you can see here there's one of these network nodes entered, so I believe there must be some scanning sites in this event too. I'm not at all acquainted with them, but then there's also these Tetramon ships destroyed. And these challenges are based a bit on, or they are based on what which side you choose. So, in my case, I've chosen to fight for the Blood Raiders. So then it tells me, okay, you need to destroy the Tetramon guys, but you can still go in either one. It doesn't really matter. So I've been doing Blood Raider sites, and it's not doing anything mad to me. It's just making so that I don't make any progress towards these Crimson Harvest sites here. So we'll move here. This is what I mean, where it would be nice to have an MWD, because you want to be able to go to these gates here. It's a bit tedious, and in these kind of situations it would be nice to have a bar guest. I would have liked to have a bar guest, because a bar guest, look here, bar guest is very quick, very quick, and then if you then have an MWD on this, it'll go even quicker, so you can quickly just go in and out of these sites. So I would actually like to have this, but we can see here. It's a very expensive ship though. If you were to have something like torpedo launcher, the polarized torpedo launchers, then you can have some sick DPS here. Let's see here if we go with the Mjolnir Rage. So you see, without anything, any modules at all, we've got 1k DPS. That's good. And then we got ballistic control system. 1, 2, 3, almost 2k DPS. Now we go with the bay loading accelerator, maybe. Almost 2k DPS here. But I would have liked to have some decent rigs on this as well. So this is where we'd have a 500 MN quad LIF. So we get some decent speed here. We could also have an afterburner. I wonder what kind of speed an afterburner will get. I'm not too particularly keen on having afterburners on the battleships, because you're very slow, like 500 meters a second. Ugh. 500 MN quad LIF would be nice. The problem is that the tank is horrendous. Go with then a X-type large shield booster, something like that. Pith X-type large shield booster, or X large shield booster. How much does this go? 370 million ISK. Maybe just a large. It'll be a bit too overkill to have a X large. It's something like this, and then you have a cat battery. Republic fleet, large cat battery, shield boost amp. Pith X type as well. That gives really good amount of shield boosting capabilities here. See, get 167 HP a second, and then just dedicate the rest to tracking. Target bait, and then maybe have a grappler as well. That'll be good. And then you have guidance enhancer. Flux coil will boost the capacitor a lot. 1 minute. Maybe have another flux coil here. 1 minute 58. These don't really seem to affect hardly anything. Oh, it seems like with these our capacitor runs out quicker. Yeah, because these flux coils, I believe they make it so that the capacitor size is smaller, but the recharge is more. So, oh, we are cap stable without the MWD on, so that's pretty cool. Flare catalyst, medium warhead flare catalyst. Maybe another Rigor here. Rigor. I think the site is going to be done with just so slow here. You can see here there's a Varga competing with a Varga. But these things will apply really well. Really, really well. But this would be quite cool here. You'd have very good tracking. And maybe just a tractor beam. A tractor beam is good to have, because then you could just pull in the wreck so you even quicker get the wreck. So something like this could be an option. You have pretty good tracking or application and good DPS as well. Tank is not the best, but I think it would be enough. Perhaps would be enough. A little bit doubtful actually, just because of the polarized nature. Event polarized. I guess. Ah, they've all gone now, so it's probably over. Look at that, they're all gone. Yeah, large wrecked, yeah. It's already done. So unfortunately we lost that. Let's continue on here. See if we can find anything interesting. Sometimes, even if you don't see anything here, they can still be event sites. I've noticed that. They don't always pop up there in the scan tab. A rattlesnake would also be interesting. The thing is, the Paladin is really great because it does a lot of damage very quickly. So you can get through these sites pretty quickly if you're not having to just move around all the time. But if someone's already doing the site, it's hard to outcompete them because you need to get to the third room quickly. But you see what I mean. It would have been very beneficial here to have an MWD. And to be honest, I could even have an MWD on this ship. But the reason is because I'm keeping these rigs here because I want to preserve it for doing tree larvae hunting. Because if I were to replace these rigs are not 100% necessary. I could put capacitor control circuit rigs, and then I could remove one of the cat batteries and put an MWD there. But I realized if I remove that cat battery, then it can be quite scary because the blood raiders, they newt quite a bit. They newt a lot. They newt a lot. So it can be quite spicy if you just go in and think that nothing's going to happen with your capacitor. They do newt quite a bit, those guys. Oiniken. Wait, what's going on here? I saw in Futanainen. Okay. There's one in Futanainen. Why do I have to go here in 10 kilometers? Let's go to instead Isikemi. The downside of having a rattlesnake at these sites is it'll be really easily to get out competed, and also the drone aggro is quite strong at these sites, so this makes it so that they take damage all the time. You're going to have to be calling your drones in and out. This is going to be a bit of a hassle actually, quite a bit of a hassle. With a Paladin you just sit there, blast away. It's really nice. I'm sure a very tanked Gila could also do this, but I would have much preferred to have a battleship because there's no limits on ships you can use this. So I just think it's just better to just use a battleship. If you want to use this in a cheap way, Praxis would be very good. I've made videos previously on Praxis ships in this Blood Raider site, and as far as I can tell, the event is very unchanged from how it used to be, which is a bit unfortunate. I think they can always make these kind of events a little bit different rather than just copy pasting all the time. Maybe make a few more interesting rooms or some challenges or something, just alter it slightly. Becomes a bit fresh, you know. But maybe more dev time is going on the E-Frontier, perhaps. Yeah, let's see. Now, no one's here either, so we're going to get a fresh site all for ourselves. That's good. So what I do is, I do the same thing. I cruise towards the gate here. So I just cruise towards the gate. Just double click here. Like this. And then I go and destroy these cruisers. They do the most amount of damage. Because they can actually hurt these guys. They do quite a bit of damage for being just cruisers and frigates. It's not like your average cruisers here. There we go. So you've got like a opportunities tab here. It tells you how many you have to destroy. And I've not paid attention to this before, but I believe this is what allows you to go to the next room. We'll see here. Oh, annoying that I can't reach him with my web. This guy, 30 now, you can reach them with the web. Crucifiers are usually very weak frigates. Just need to get a little bit closer. It's difficult when you get fully webbed though. 50 meters a second. Destroy all this webbing, guys. When you get both the web and the grapple on him, then look at that, just volley them. There we go, Kronos. I think we can have an advantage over Kronos, because the thing is, the Kronos does kinetic and thermal damage. We do EM and thermal damage. EM is the more optimal damage type against the bosses here. The last time I checked, sometimes bosses can vary. I know previously in events they can vary what is the best damage type, but last time I checked it was EM and thermal that was the best resistance type. So that means I have an advantage there. And also an advantage of the Paladin is that it's got quite a bit more range in its pulse lasers compared to the Kronos Blaster, so I'll very likely be able to get optimal range quicker. But then again, if the boss spawns right on top of that guy, then it won't really make much difference. Let's see, is that guy got... Come on now. And you have to be careful because there will be spawning more waves in, so then it'll make it so that you can't even go to the next wave if they warp scram you, so you have to be vigilant. Okay, so it was 6 NPCs you have to destroy. Look at that, he's able to go there so quickly. Very, very quick. Oh, he warped off. That's what he did. He didn't warp to the next time. Okay. Red people. Do they mean anything here? No. They need to also destroy 6 NPCs. I think it's good to destroy the big guys because they're easier for me to apply to. I'll move here to the next one. Get some of these frigates locked up. Ooh, those destroyers, the heretics, they're really easy for me to apply to. Really easy. Look here, look here. Often I just one-shot them. Nah, in this case no, but almost. So we just keep moving here. Mass webbed. It's okay. I tried to sort of aim my ship towards the acceleration gate, so I don't even have to bother aligning so much. 3 more NPCs need to be destroyed. I think it's good that they've got this opportunities tab here. I didn't notice this before. This is very good because it knows what you have to do. Because sometimes it felt like I was just randomly shooting them, and sometimes the acceleration gate would get unlocked. Come on now. The drones, I could use them, but the thing is, my drones hardly do any damage to these guys, and they get obliterated the second they get let out of the drone bay. So you may be wondering, why am I not bastioning up now? It's just because the time it will take to bastion will cause me to be locked here. I feel like I should be able to destroy these guys soon. Come on now. Destroy them. There we go. Good. 2 more. Should be able to destroy this Omen. Come on now. What? 2k damage. That's good. And then we destroy this curse afterwards as well. Oh, I'm using my armor repair. I should have done the idea to use that. Good, wrecked. Now for this last one. They do a lot of tracking disrupting as well, so nothing here really benefits us in that way. Okay, good. And then wreck him. And next room. Come on now. We destroyed all of them. Why is this inactive acceleration gate? So this is what I mean. You have to claim the rewards. I'm forgetting to claim these rewards here. Oh, you have to destroy 2 more. It's 8. Okay. Ah, they warp scramble as well. That's annoying. Come on, wreck this guy. Get closer, just a little bit closer, little scrub, and we'll use the web on you. Come on now. Come on now. 1 kilometer more. We have quite good capacitor when we don't use the Bastion Module, because you know the Bastion Module uses actually a lot of capacitor. A lot of capacitor. Let's wreck this guy. Come on now. I think there's definitely a smoother way for me to do these sites. I want to find it, just so we can just go in and out really quickly. Ideally, we need something with decent speed and decent really good application. Application is the most important thing here, because if you've got a good application, then you can just... Why is it increasing? It says out of 12. Oh, okay, that's it. Bastion up. Time to wreck these guys. 2.5k DPS. You just do it so it doesn't automatically cycle, just in case. Okay, wreck these guys. Come on now. 2.5k DPS. Let's wreck these guys. It's increasing the max. That's tricky. Tricky, CCP. Tricking me. 6 and then 8 and 12. Is it maybe that I'm not destroying them fast enough? They're not satisfied. Come on now. Destroy these curses. Good, 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 good. Look at that velocity. Reducing fast. There we go. Delicious. The Grappler. It would have been so much better if we were to have the faction Grappler. Let's just see here. What range does this thing have? 87% grappling strength, and then it's got a range of 11 kilometers. Domination has 12 kilometers and 86%. So Shadow Serpent is actually not that bad. Yeah, it has even a little bit better grappling capabilities by 1 whole percent. 1 whole percent. Strategos. Is this a drifter module? Strategos. That is the CEO of the drifters. Do you know that? See here, drifters. Strategos. Let's see here. Go in the drifters. And then there should be a way here. Vigilant Tyrannos. That's their corporation name. There we go. See here. Strategos. Yeah, this guy. This is the boss of the drifters. The boss drifter. Okay. These oracles, these guys are very good for you to take out straight away because they do tons of damage. Really big amounts of damage these guys do. I don't know if they're going like full gank fit or something when the blooders are sent full on gank fit because they have no tank and you apply really well to them. But they hit hard. Okay, good. Now we're just going to sit here and bastion up until the boss spawns in this third room. So I don't know why they're trying to trick us here with the 4 out of 6, but it's okay. It's okay. Let's destroy this crucifier here because he's probably going to do some tracking disruptions soon. Come on now, dual web here. That's good. I'm trying to take the targets that are within 14 kilometers so I can always use the web on them. Good. But ideally you don't need a ton of range on these. I mean 29 kilometers is actually pretty perfect when it comes to the range. Could even have a little bit shorter. And the tank requirement is not crazy, but I would like to be cap stable here just because of the amount of newts you get. So you will notice if you've got a bad capacitor, then you will notice a lot of cap problems. When I removed this cap battery and put an MWD here, even when I was not using the MWD, I was having problems. The capacitor really, like I was getting like 1-2% capacitor sometimes. I was worried I was going to get neutered out and then I wouldn't be able to do anything because my guns, they use capacitor. So if I run out of capacitor, I'm dead in the water. Come on now, Augurer and the Heretic. These guys are easy. Boom, destroyed. Do one little cycle here. There he is, Tetrimon Commander. He's got a nice fat bounty, 5 million ISK. And this guy, you destroy him straight away because you have so good application with the Paladin. They've got no chance. No chance at all. You see that? Look at this. This is the least intimidating of all the NPCs here for the Paladin specifically because of the good application you get. Look, just already dead. And then I just turn off Bastion and get the tractor beam ready because then I can just pull in the wreck straight away. Don't even have to move. There we go. Good. So this is pretty good. Pretty good loot you get here because you get these war clone blanks. So this is like an equivalent of blue loot or sort of a standardized loot. Each one of these goes for about 1 million ISK. So this is, you could say, essentially 24 million ISK. But then if you are to sell this in Jita, you'll get less money. But I think that there are some certain stations which you can get it for a better price, like NPC stations. Well, I just sell the Magenta because it's close to the real price. Or maybe not a million, maybe 700k, something like that. But I think of it like at least 20 million is when we look at this here. Then we've got a Tetrimon anti-drain booster, which is pretty interesting. These salvages I've got here, it's not because I'm sitting here salvage. I mean, I can salvage them, but it's not that I've noticed any amazing salvages you can get from these wrecks here. I have tried salvaging a few of them, but it's just standard battleship salvage, it seems. You can see here. This, and this. It's just a few 100k or something. But that's the Crimson Harvest of 2024. It's pretty good. You get some alright loot. I mean, it's not the best loot, but it's alright. It's decent. And it's not extremely difficult, but it's not extremely easy either. There's a lot of DPS, especially from oracles. Keep an eye on that. And also make sure you have an okay capacitor. It doesn't have to be the best capacitor, but okay capacitor, because there are quite a bit of newts in these sites. And also, it can be beneficial to have a little bit of speed to go to these acceleration gates if you want to outcompete people, because otherwise you'll be having a rough time getting to the acceleration gates before the other people have already done the boss. But if you're doing these by yourself or starting it from the beginning, then usually it's not a problem if you're slower like this, because as you saw here, we just had to move towards the acceleration gate. In the case of the Paladin, it could still be beneficial to have an MWD or something, because then that means that we can quickly get to the gate and use the Bastion Module straight away and get more DPS, you know. But otherwise, I think it's alright. I think this is fun. I want to develop my fit a bit more, because this still didn't feel too smooth, in my opinion. I didn't think it was super smooth. It would have been nice to have some kind of prop module. Maybe an afterburner could be an idea, even though the speed is not going to be so much, but maybe better than 124 meters a second. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something new. That's the Crimson Harvest of 2024, my favorite event. If you did enjoy the video or learn something new, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.